Hello, welcome back. This is Cassie Munger and Rachel Bork with Ascent Financial, and you're listening to Legacy Leaders. Last time you had a chance to learn a little bit about me and my background. Today we have an opportunity to hear from Rachel and learn more where she came from and why she's working with Ascent and why we decided to work with the clients that we are. So Rachel, why don't you share a little bit about who you are and your background?
Yes. Born and raised in central Minnesota on a cash crop farm. And Cassie and I actually went to Catholic school together. That's where we met each other. So we go way, way back. But grew up on the farm, kind of the same thing as Cassie talked about. You had to get your rocks picked before you could go out. And you had all these chores. And at the time it was annoying. But looking back, it was probably the best thing that I could have imagined. So I'm so happy I grew up that way. I went to college and I actually have a background in supply chain and logistics. So I worked at General Mills for the first part of my career for about 12 years. I got to work on some really cool brands and with some even more amazing people. I got to learn a lot about just the whole side of business. So I sat in supply chain, but we were with marketing and finance. And so all those different aspects of the business on the farm that you kind of wear all those hats, I was part of all those functions. So it was a great experience, but I knew that I wanted to get back to the family farm, and I was commuting toward the end of my career, and it got old, and we were starting a family. So we bought some acres from my parents, and we put up this house, which we actually are coming to you live from the corner of my shed.
It's a little chilly, but
I'll turn on the heat here.
No, it's good.
Pretty soon. So yeah, and right now so it's my husband Josh and I, and we have a 3-year-old son Isaac, and we finish steers. So we have about 30 head, sell direct to customers. We do corn and hay for our steers. And then we are working on a transition plan with my family. So they have about 500 acres that they're farming. And I have to tell you, some days are amazing. Some days are challenging, much like what all of you go through. So I live this life. I do this work. And as I think about my gifts, your God-given gifts and how you want to use your talents, I mean, making Cheerios is a pretty big deal. And people love Cheerios, especially Honey Nut Cheerios.
Yeah, I wonder how many of our viewers, right, have Cheerios for breakfast every day,
right? Right. So, but yeah, just using your gifts for the greater good and for a good purpose. I feel like this is the work that I was meant to do, and I can sit in the seat of clients and I can help them, and sometimes I need help myself. So yeah.
And I, like I had mentioned earlier in these episodes, I mean, Rachel and I have been friends for forever, and I know Rachel so well, and you've cared so much about people, right? And that's why I enjoy, our friendship and now being able to work with you, is you just truly care about this industry. You care about the people that we work with. And honestly, that it's not for everybody. Not everyone owns those traits, right? To really truly care and dig so deep that you're willing to do whatever it takes, right? To help them.
Yep, 100%. And I want nothing more than the family farm to survive to the next generation and hopefully generations beyond that. So that is the work that we do. And Cassie and I both are honored to help families make sure that can continue, because it's so important and it's such an amazing lifestyle. And yeah, this is great work. I think we found our calling.
Yeah, I do. I believe that. I truly do. It's really exciting stuff. And I think it means a lot to us to be able to relate to our clients and bring the experiences that we have to them so we can share our story. I think stories are really powerful, right? Mm-hmm. And I think we've learned as we talk to other folks that, people want real life scenarios. They want to hear what people have done and what people haven't done and what opportunities there are for people. And they just want to hear those life stories, because I think that resonates more than we really believe it does.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Rachel.
Yes, you're welcome.
For kind of filling us in. I'm sure we'll hear more as time goes on. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on Legacy Leaders.